In this video, we're going to be learning how to multiply large numbers using expanded form. The first thing that we're going to look at is really what does this expanded form mean? So let's check that out first. Expanded form, if you look at, for example, this number right here, 325, if we made this expanded form, then this would be 300 plus 20 plus 5. Really, we're just looking at the value of each digit. So this 3 is in the 100 spot, that's why there's 300. The 2 is in the 10 spot, so that's worth 20. And the 5 is in the 1 spot, and that's just worth 5. So in this example right here, 325 is 300 plus 20 plus 5. So that's how that works for that. So if we look at some other examples, you can pretty much go to however high as you want. Just like another example would be 300 or 3,246. If you were going to do this in expanded form, you're looking at 3,000 because the 3 is in the 1,000 spot, plus 200 because the 2 is in the 100 spot, plus 40 because the 4 is in the 10 spot, and 6 because the 6 is in the 1 spot. So expanded form is just taking the place value and isolating it, so just looking at one digit at a time and how much it's worth in its place. So we use that idea of place value to help us do multiplication. So if we look at an example like 3 times 242, let's kind of look at what we did before. The 242 we can expand out to 200 plus 40 plus 2. So all we've done is we've done the expanded form of 200, then 40, then 2. So each digit is isolated, so it's all by itself, and it's kind of explaining how much that value is worth of each of those digits. Now what we'd have to do is we'd multiply by 3 on each of these. So that's what it says right here. We want 3 200s, we want 3 40s, we want 3 2s. So if we multiply each one of these by 3 on each of these things here, we would get the value of 3 times 242. So we've already understood how to multiply by zeros. So if we just look at the first digits, the 2 and the 3, 3 times 2 is 6, and because the 2 is 2 zeros, we put 1, 2 zeros in the answer. Plus, and then we look at the first digits here, 3 and 4. 3 times 4 is 12, and then there's 1 0, so we put that in the answer as well. Plus, 2 times 3 equals 6. Now in order to get the answer for this, we just add the values together. 600 plus 120 plus the little old 6. 0 plus 0 is 6. 0 and 2 is 2. And 6 plus 1 is 7. So the answer to this problem is 726 when we use the expanded form, multiplying by each and then adding it up together. 726. Okay, let's try another one. So in your notebook, go ahead and do this one with me. So let's try this one. Let's try 7 times 483. 7 times 483. Go ahead and write that in your notebook. And let's do that expanded form for this number here, 483. So if you put 400 plus 80 plus 3, if that's how you've done the expanded form, then you've done it right, because that 4 is in the 100 spot, the 8 is in the 10 spot, and the 3 is in the 1's place. Now it tells us that we're going to multiply the entire thing by 7, so the entire number, but since we've expanded it out, we're going to multiply by 7 on each of these. Okay, so each of those is times 7. Okay, so let's look at the first one. 7 times 3 is 28. 7, and then we have the 2 zeros. So that's the 7 times 400. Now we have 7 times 8. This is always a tricky one. But if you know the trick with your fingers, 7 times 8 is pretty easy to do. 7 times 8 is 56. And this has 1 0, so we're going to add one of those zeros to the answer. Plus 7 times 3, which is 21. And again, to figure out the answer to this one, we just add the numbers together and figure out the sum. So let's write those down. 2,800 plus 560 plus 21 will give us our sum of 1 in the ones, 6, 7, 8 in the tens, 13 regroup in the hundreds, and 3 in the thousands. So our answer to this problem is 3,381. Alright, now that we've done that one together, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to work on ones by yourself. So try the strategy. Remember, first thing to do, number 1, is to expand the big number. So expand.
I know my thing is gonna take forever.
Then multiply by each. And then, lastly, add them together. Okay, so following those steps should be fairly easy to do the problems by yourself. So let's try some. Okay, let's do one by yourself. Here's the problem for this one. Let's try, let's use blue, that's a good one. Let's try 8 times 465. Okay, 8 times 465. So let's time this one. And I'll give you just a few minutes to do it. Or actually, let's do this one. Let's give you a minute and a half. So that should be long enough, I think, to do that problem. So let me give you a minute and a half to do the problem. Okay? Start. Remember, expand the big number.
I'm telling you.
Then multiply by 8. Don't forget the zeros when you multiply. And then start adding your sums together. You should be almost there. Okay, and let's see how you did on the problem. Let me move the timer. Let's see how we did. So for this problem, you should have come up with 400 plus 60 plus 5, multiplied each by 8, So each of those is multiplied by 8. 8 times 4 is 32 with 2 zeros. 8 times 6 is 48 and 1 0. 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, remember we're adding all these numbers together. So even though we multiplied this part, we're just adding because the expanded part is added. So we just need to add afterwards 3,200 plus 480 plus 40. So all those products coming together, we just add those together and we get our answer of 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 4 plus 0 is 12. 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. And the 3 by itself. So we have 3,720 as our answer. Okay, I'm going to give you some problems to do by yourself that you're going to turn into me when you're done watching the video. So let me give you those, and try to go back to these examples that you put in your notebook because they're, they're good examples. They show you exactly what to do. So as long as you understand how to expand the number and that you multiply each one by what it's asking, then you should be able to do well because I know you know how to add well. All right, so let's check that one out. Let's check these out. So your numbers that I want you to try on your own and then come and show me would be these problems right here. Number 1, 254 times 3. Number 2, 512 times 6. And the last one is number 3, which is 942 times 5. Okay, so before I let you go ahead and do those problems, remember that the first thing that you should do is you should expand that big number. So expanding, that's the whole idea, is that expanding notation. So if you expand the large number using expanded form, then you multiply after that, and then you add those products together in step number 3, then you should get the right answers. Okay, so go ahead and try those by yourself, and if you want, you can pause the video. I'm not sure if it turns off, so we can just try those 3, and you can press the pause button just to kind of have those on the screen, and try those by yourself. Good luck.